How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Ron Walls here again with Ballin' Down South Sports Network here with another episode of the interview. I have another college coach on here, Division One college coach on the football side. He's had 23 seasons at a Division One as a coach. 21 of those seasons are winning seasons, 18 post appearances, two bowl games in 3 years at the current university that he's at. And I can tell you, folks, he's definitely a winner. He has a lot of pedigree in the coaching realm. I can tell you this. He is definitely great for the state of Georgia and none other than other coaches there. Yesterday we had Georgia Southern on. Today I can tell you we got another head coach down from the Georgia area. Let me introduce you to the head football coach at Georgia State, Shawn Elliott. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good, Coach. How's the weather down there in Georgia?
Hot. It's getting hot.
you look like
As you
you
can
just
see,
got through doing a you look like you
I
just
had a
had a
little yard
workout.
work. I had a little yard work I had to get done. You don't stop for anything. I had to do it right up until 12 o'clock. We got on with you. I said, I got to get it done.
I know, yeah, that's that honeydew list.
That's exactly what it is.
So how's the family? How you guys doing? During this pandemic. Personally.
Yeah, we're doing fantastic, to tell you the truth. We haven't had any effects of it other than what everyone else has been feeling with the stay at home in order and things of that nature. But we've had a lot of good time together and a lot of much needed time together.
Well, Coach, I can just say you guys had a pretty good season last year. You guys went 7-6, 4-4 in the conference. I know you probably wanted to do a little bit better. But before we talk about last season, just so the people here watching this interview can know exactly who Shawn Elliott is, go back to some of your Mountaineer days when you were a player and coming all the way up now until you're a head coach at Georgia State.
Well, I'm from South Carolina. Grew up right in the Midlands of South Carolina in a place called Camden. Spent my college career, got my education and my degree, and my playing days at Appalachian State as an Appalachian State Mountaineer, and stayed up there and coached for 13 seasons and had remarkable experiences as a player there, becoming the first undefeated team in the state of North Carolina to, as a coach, leading the Mountaineers to three consecutive national championships. And from there, I went to the University of South Carolina. Spent 6 seasons with Coach Steve Spurrier, became the interim head coach when he resigned during the middle of the season in 2016. Went a year with Coach Muschamp, and then had the very great opportunity to come and lead the program at Georgia State University here in Atlanta. And what a fantastic opportunity it is for me, and it's been great thus far.
Now, how was it being able to coach under a Hall of Fame coach such as Coach Steve Spurrier? How was that stint?
Well, to tell you the truth, it was fantastic. Some of the best years I've ever experienced. And not only have I coached under the Hall of Famer Steve Jerry Moore, my head coach as a player, and my head coach as a position coach as an
Wow.
assistant coach at Appalachian State. He's right over there in the College Football Hall of Fame as well. So I've had two incredible experiences and two great mentors in teaching me how to become a head coach. Both are different ways, but both are very, very similar. And it's how you treat people in the family and what all it takes to become a successful head football coach. But those are
Now,
good North Carolina.
now I know that back when you were at App State, you got you were one of many that got an award of valor for rescuing two individuals out of an automobile back in 2000. And I can tell you now, I don't know too many coaches got that on their resume, but not to go too in detail what happened, but just talk a little bit about that, how it was good, how it felt to get an honor of and get a valor award like that.
Well, it wasn't about the award. It was about doing what was needed at the time. There was a wreck, and it was our service van with our athletic trainers and some of our student assistants that were in front of our bus coming home from a football game that got hit in a head-on-head collision with a drunk driver. We pulled up to it. The van was on fire. There was 13 individuals in that van, and me and two other coaches. Some people just say you got it, and for whatever reason, we didn't hesitate. We jumped off that bus and jumped in that van, and we're very fortunate to rescue all those individuals out of that van as the entire van burned up, and the other unfortunate driver of the other car, he died in the crash. And it was it's about action. The award sits on my desk and it gets dusty. I don't even look at it, but the memory of doing that, and that's what stays with me. Some people got it and some people don't. There's a lot of people that would have just sat on that bus.
Yes, sir. Now, with the 3 years that you've been at Georgia State, you've been able to take your program to two bowl games.
Yes.
How are you guys able to accomplish such a feat in a short period of time?
Well, I like to say I don't give them any other option to fail. I don't. It's not win at all costs. We really enjoy football. We enjoy being around one another. We practice hard. I like to say we play harder, but we enjoy the game. We don't make it more than what it is. It's a game. There's two reasons why you play it. When you're young, you play it because it's fun. You go out there with your friends, and then as you get older, you develop that competitive spirit, and you play it for fun and then to win. And that's what we try to do there. Those are our two goals. We want to make it fun and we want to win, and we do it the right way. We do it the right way. We don't overthink things. Uh, some people think you got to go out and you got to work extremely hard. I think you got to work extremely smart, and we do that with our players and our coaching staff, and that's why we've been successful.
Now, coming into this new season, of course, everything the pandemic has got us all down in the sports world. How have you been, keeping in contact with your players that are going to be returning, and some of the recruits, that's coming in that you guys signed?
Yeah, well, everybody's using the Zoom meetings. We use group text. I've got a great group of assistant coaches that handle their position players each and every week. They're on the calls with their players more so than I've ever been on the calls. I will bounce in from time to time to different position groups when I need to get a message across to them. If I need to send a random text out or a group text to our team, I send it out for the knowledge of all individuals. Our team actually, for the most part, came back on Monday, June 1st, to begin voluntary workouts.
Now during those workouts, I know the NCAA has got sent out guidelines to you guys. You guys come up with a plan. What has the University of Georgia State and the athletic program, the guidelines you guys have set?
Well, we have just over 60 some players that are working out with us, and we're working out in small groups of 8 with 2 strength coaches, and all of our coaching staff or any type of athletic training staff are all masked. We're going through the protocols of the enter and exit, where they come in one door, we take their temperatures, we do the necessary, take the precautions, ask them questions, and then lead them to a locker room where they have a certain amount of time to change, and then they go straight into whether it be on the field for conditioning or in the weight room for strength training, and we get that done. There's a lot of cleaning involved. There's a lot of just being smart involved. It's really hard to go into a workout and say you can't get within 6 feet of one another, because there's spotting, there's different things that you have to take safety precautions. But we're doing everything possible, and it's run really smoothly thus far. And like I said, it's a voluntary action. If they feel like they don't want to come in or they're afraid because of whatever reason, that's certainly their right, and we're approval of that.
Well, I know last season you guys played some big hitter games. You guys played against Tennessee, and that was
Yeah.
a fairly good game. What are some of the heavy hitters you guys got on the upcoming schedule for this season?
Yeah, we've got another big SEC opponent. We play Alabama second, so there's the SEC and then there's Alabama. So we're going to play them guys, and we play them second. So that's a big game for us. We were very fortunate to go into Tennessee last year and beat the Volunteers, and that was something only the players and our coaches in that locker room believed they were able to go out and do it. And we won't be any different when we go into Alabama. We'll go in there with the same fight and the same energy and the same effort, and come out. And if we do the things successful, hopefully come out with the same result.
Now I know Coach Saban. He gonna look at you guys, and he knows your pedigree. He knows your coach, and he's not going to take it easy on you. He's going to come out, and I know I'm very sure they're going to come out to win, just like any other game. Anybody that lines up with him. Talk a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
about coach. Talk a little bit about what do you look for in a recruit in order thinking about bringing them to your program.
yeah. Well, the first and foremost, I look for team leaders. I look for people that do more than what they're supposed to be doing. There's a lot of great athletes out there that are very poor workers that don't take their academics all that serious. Sure, on Saturdays they're fantastic, or Friday nights they're fantastic. They can catch and run and block, and but the other part of it, they don't bring much to the table. If you want to build a championship football program, you've got to bring in championship caliber players, not just on the field on Saturdays, but throughout the course of the week. So we look for great disciplined players with disciplined actions, but they have that athletic skill, of course. And then, of course, academics, that leads the way.
And that's great. Now, coach, have you done any recruiting down here in Alabama as of late?
We sure have. We've got several targets. Believe it or not, we've got a commitment from Alabama right now. I certainly can't say his name, but he was our
Right.
first commitment of the cycle. And yeah, we've looked to expand in Alabama. It's been in the last few years we've gotten some pretty good players out of there, and we've taken a little bit more of an in-depth approach in putting our footprint and bringing players from Alabama into the state of Georgia, and particularly into our great city in Atlanta.
Well, I can tell you, they're the 2021 and the 2022 class down here with football players, all position. I can
Yeah,
tell you that from seeing film on these guys, they can be some pretty good recruits. And of course, they got to want to come to Georgia State seriously if you guys try to recruit them. But I mean,
yeah,
I know for sure a lot of kids recruiting kind of has changed a little bit since the pandemic, and it's probably going to be that way for the near future.
yeah.
Kids are probably going to take it recruiting more seriously and not wait so long to commit to programs and stuff of that nature. But coach, we definitely thank you for coming on to the network today.
Yeah.
Hope to have you back on pretty good sooner or later again, and good luck for this season.
I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to speak about our university and our football program, Georgia State University. And like I said, we look forward to having an impact in recruiting in the state of Alabama, and giving, it's about the opportunity for the young man. And what we do in recruiting is we present to them what we have. It's just like myself as the head coach. I don't put on a front or try to sell them anything. They can see who I am, and they can see who our university are, and our administrators and our coaches and our players, and then our great city of Atlanta and the academic side of things. And if Georgia State University is a fit, we'd love to welcome them in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Georgia State head football coach Shawn Elliott. Thanks for coming on, coach.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.